We turn our attention to Turkey, where more than 300 military officers have been convicted of plotting to overthrow the government of Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan near a decade ago. While Erdogan's administration hailed the trial as a move towards greater democracy, lawyers for the defendants call it a ploy to undermine the military. The demise of the once considered all-powerful military came over revelations of a sledgehammer plot that called for toppling Recep Tayyip Erdogan back in 2003. A total of 365 defendants were accused of drawing up plans to bomb historic mosques and trigger conflict with Greece to allow the military to overthrow Erdogan. A panel of 3 judges initially handed down life sentences to the 3 masterminds behind the plot. But after the plot turned out to be unsuccessful, punishments for a former Air Force chief, a former Navy chief, and a former Army commander were reduced to 20-year jail terms each. The court also convicted 323 active or retired officers, some sentenced to as much as 18 years in prison. News of the harsh punishments led relatives to weep and faint both in and outside the courtroom. Those with prison terms are expected to appeal. 36 were acquitted, while the case against 3 other defendants was postponed. Erdogan's government described the outcome as a break with a tradition of impunity and a move towards greater democracy. Turkey's military has staged 3 coups since the 1960s and even forced an Islamist government to quit in 1997. But Erdogan refused to be bullied, especially having gained confidence over his 3 electoral successes since 2002. With each win, the prime minister has moved to limit the powers of the armed forces, which have long viewed themselves as guardians of Turkey's secular traditions. Critics, on the other hand, say the sledgehammer plot is one of many trials used by the government to silence political opponents.